Yo, what's good, man? Yo, what's up, man? I'm just getting back from practice. You trying to game later? All right, that's a bet. What you trying to play? Some Halo? Some Mortal Kombat? Some Gears of War? Nah, man. I was thinking about playing some COD. Hey, that's a bet. Yeah, my man. I'm ready to fire up some Black Ops 2, man. 3. Wait, what'd you say? Modern Warfare 3? Nah, bro. I'm trying to play some zombies, man. I'm trying to hop on Origins. I haven't played that in a minute, bro. Zombies? Nah, man. I hate zombies. Nah, man, zombies sucks, man. It takes too long to get the mystery box weapons you want. I hate that.
This is the first time in my life that I've been provoked to hit a man.
I more like the multiplayer. It's kind of like the MW2 multiplayer. I think you should give it a try, man. I think you really should. I think you like it. Oh God, wait!
Gaming is one of the few things that I've done for the majority of my life, like the rest of you probably watching this video. There's nothing more that I love than sitting down, turning on a game, and getting lost into it for hours. Something else I like even more is having someone or someone's to share that similar interest with me. Something that always fascinated me is that whole communities are grown based off of certain games. Call of Duty being the game in question here. And what fascinates me even more is that a game like Call of Duty can have such a wide variety of people that play the game. So much so that there are different communities of people who like different things within that community of people who like Call of Duty. It's shocking how much people like certain aspects of it, but it shocks me even more that people hate certain aspects of it. I was that kid who just played every iteration of Call of Duty if it was good, but boy, did I have some friends in the past that swore by the Infinity War Call of Duties and the Modern Warfare series. I never really understood that, but I guess it makes sense because with the Treyarch Call of Duties, i.e. Black Ops, they had a different style than Infinity War did with Modern Warfare. Things were more fictitious usually than any of the Modern Warfare series, but I guess that's in the name, Modern Warfare, not Future Warfare, at least not yet. But Treyarch has always had that little thing about them, that charm, that stood out compared to the Infinity Ward games. And this is where I tell you that the Black Ops series totally eclipses the Modern Warfare series. And here's why. As spoken in the beginning, there's nothing more that I like than to game for hours and forget about the world, especially as I was growing up. However, you probably know about me by now if you've been keeping up with my content. I was not allowed to play really any violent video games when I was a kid. I circumvented that rule by simply stating, "Hey, Mom, there's aliens in Halo. It's not real people." Boom, job done. It also worked with Black Ops. "Mom, there's zombies. It's fake. It's not real people." I did it again, like the slick motherfucker that I was. Already, I made a connection with Call of Duty. I had played some of the Modern Warfare series, like at my friends' houses, but Black Ops was like the first COD I ever owned. Fast forward from middle school to high school, my mom was a little more lenient with me, then she let me get Modern Warfare 3. It was pretty freaking awesome, not gonna lie. I got to play both. However, I always leaned more towards Black Ops 1 and 2 because I just liked them more. You're gonna find out why in a second. And I think I'm gonna try to break it down within my subconscious. I had a lot of stresses growing up with my parents in school and shit like that. I had ADHD real bad back in the day. Like, it was really bad. I still have it today, but it was a lot worse way back then with school. So anything to get me out of that subconscious realm of real life was something that I craved a lot of the time. In the real world, there were people killing other people, but there were no zombies in real life. So there you go, Exhibit A. Even though I did play multiplayer and killed other people, you know, there you go. Black Ops and zombies it is. That's not to say I had no time on games like MW2 and 3. No, sir. I played them for hours and hours, just like BO1 and 2. But the zombies and the art style and the clear departure from the realistic shooter that Treyarch was going with was really keeping me hooked. You know I love me some Halo and some sci-fi. So a futuristic COD was okay with me, i.e. Black Ops 2. But enough about my relationship with Call of Duty and how it started. Let's go into why the games themselves are just tons better than the Modern Warfare series. This is absolutely totally subjective. Just keep that in mind. But I seriously feel so strongly about this, and I'm sure a lot of you can agree. In terms of the games as a whole, both of these games aren't too different from one another in the grand scheme, aside from a few large key differences, which I'll get into first. Both games are Call of Duty, first-person shooters with a campaign, multiplayer, and a third mode very associated with cooperative play, for the most part. Most Call of Duty games from Treyarch and Infinity Ward have these three things going for them, most of them. The multiplayer and the campaign mainly function the same way for both series. However, it was the co-op mode that seemed to be most different between the two. One being Spec Ops for Modern Warfare, and the other obviously being Zombies for Black Ops, and World at War, and so on. Now, it's clear that one is much more fleshed out than the other, that being Zombies, and that being the clear favorite one in my eyes. However, don't sleep on my boy Spec Ops. That was some fun ass times with friends back in the day. However, Black Ops definitely had the better of the two third modes, I would say. It is more based in science fiction, almost quite literally. This universe of the undead with these crazy gadgets and drinks that give you buffs and power-ups that drop. It was like an arcade game, and that was freaking awesome to me. MW Spec Ops was more based off of existing levels in the campaign with a twist made up for its own game mode and cooperative play. I liked Spec Ops a lot, but it was clearly outclassed in my eyes by this cool mode based in a separate fictitious universe, Zombies. It becomes even more apparent that Treyarch had the better third mode later in the COD life cycle when Black Ops Zombies was blowing up, and even the Modern Warfare series wanted to make some sort of third mode that introduced people like Zombies did, like Ghosts with Extinction, which did not fucking work at all. There's not even like a cult following with it. Like maybe like 5 people, but like, nah, that shit was kind of ass. Like Extinction don't hit like Origins do. Let me tell you that. And to go one step further, Modern Warfare was like, oh, all right. They have the better mode. If you can't beat them, join them. And they made their own Zombies mode, which was honestly pretty fun. Zombies in Spaceland was really awesome. The other maps, they're okay, but whatever. They did something great with Spaceland. Hell, I would even say that I had so much more fun with the third mode Blackout than I did with Warzone, or than I do with Warzone. Just think Warzone is just so gray. I just love the sandbox of Blackout a lot more. But with the success of BO3 Zombies, it seriously showed Activision that Black Ops and Zombies were truly something special that they can exploit and suck dry. And when you've made something that can be exploited and milked for money, then sadly, you made something truly great.
Not coming!
All right, with this, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about the campaign because I think they're both pretty even in terms of storytelling, aside from a few story beats. Now, this is where I got to give my props to Modern Warfare for this. They made some totally banger campaigns, aside from probably one. If you can get one of your missions in Call of Duty to make national news with how graphic it is, having to basically sign a waiver before you play the level saying that you're okay with this, then that's fucking crazy. And I don't think we've ever had that in another Call of Duty like that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The controversial new video game is called Modern Warfare 2, and it is flying off the shelves, but you get to essentially be a terrorist and kill people, and it's very realistic.
But my hope will never die.
Very realistic.
Spawn die, spawn die, spawn die, spawn die, spawn die, spawn die! Oh my god! Oh!
Very realistic. It is definitely realistic. Very realistic. Nothing to stop an 8-year-old kid from becoming a terrorist and shooting people.
That's right.
Like, people were up in arms because of this silly little video game. That deserves something. But the storytelling, the character build-up, the villain, the protagonists, and the intensity, man, they got it on this one. But, you know, Black Ops had some pretty stellar campaigns as well. BO1 and 2 in particularly, man, the story about Alex Mason and the numbers and Reznov not being real, just all that. Spoilers, sorry. And let's not forget about Menendez in BO2. The mission you play as him in a rage because of what happened to his sister. That's got to be the most fun I've played playing a COD campaign, right next to the cliffhanger mission in Modern Warfare 2. I think they both have similar types of storytelling, and I think both series sit pretty much equally in my books on this topic. I do think Modern Warfare has a lot of more ideas and story beats in their campaign. So I think they got it on this one a little bit, but they're mostly even. All right, now here's where things may start to get controversial. Black Ops has an infinitely better multiplayer than Modern Warfare. All right, hear me out. I'm just glazing here. Look, pick 10, 3-lane, customization. Those are the 3 things, in my opinion, that sets Black Ops ahead of Modern Warfare. Not to mention the maps, if I'm totally honest. Early COD, like BO1 and MW1 and 2, they both had some banger maps. And maybe Modern Warfare edged Treyarch a little bit back then. However, BO2 brought the heat. As soon as Treyarch implemented the symmetrical 3-lane design, it was over. It was fucking over. The maps made sense. You were on a mostly even playing field with your enemy. No spawn really gave an advantage over another. In most cases, I'll say. I just think the 3-lane design is so much more video game centric compared to a random assortment of buildings and locations in most of the Modern Warfare games. It felt like I was in a video game and I'm playing an arcade. And again, that's what I really like about Treyarch's rendition of Call of Duty. Now, hold on a second. Some of the Modern Warfare maps are fire. Do not get me fucked up on that. But I think that's where Treyarch really innovated in the multiplayer over Modern Warfare. Speaking of innovation, the pick 10 system. All the guns, the perks, the grenades, you could really just like build your own character like an RPG almost. I know that's kind of wild to say, but you could kind of build a character in a certain way that you liked it. Guns with a ton of attachments, but no perks. A bunch of perks with no grenades. Knife only, and you could become a ninja with a lot of your perks and the perk greeds and all that stuff. It was freaking awesome. That sandbox that they put in. There was a lot, but there wasn't too many. Even Infinite Warfare took this and used it. Like, they didn't originally have that in the Modern Warfare series, and then Infinite Warfare was like, all right, let's put the pick 10 system in here. And if you're kind of unaware what the pick 10 system is, how it works is each created class slot has 10 slots where you can put an item in. An item meaning a gun, a grenade, a perk, an attachment, a tactical, you name it. Anything that you could input counts as one slot. So you can only have 10 different things in your perk class, but you could put whatever you wanted in there and you could mix and match like what you used. But I just thought that was like the coolest thing. And I'm really sad that they kind of got rid of that in favor of the gunsmith. Look at Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2 today. They're like a zillion gun attachments, which you'll likely like never use, like a lot of them. The gunsmith, in my opinion, it's kind of cool. Like, I like being able to build a weapon, but I just seriously don't prefer it over the pick 10 system, which is why I'm sad that they got rid of it in Cold War. Like, why? The pick 10 system kind of felt like I was creating a character, but the gunsmith in Modern Warfare, Black Ops, Cold War, and Modern Warfare 2 kind of just feel like I'm creating a gun that I'm basing my class off of instead of like my all-around build. Look, maybe a lot of people like this system. I don't hate it, but I just prefer the pick 10 system. But alas, I can't be too upset. Now, I was also mentioning customization, but a lot of it I mean from like the emblem editor and the paint job system introduced in BO3, and even the diamond camo brought into BO2. Also, I didn't even know that BO1 was the game that started getting gold camo. Like, it was until like right now where I just was looking into it, and I was looking up what the first game that gave you gold camo was, and I saw that MW2 just didn't have it. And I was like, huh, I don't know why I remember it being like that. Maybe I was just playing Modern Warfare 3 on Modern Warfare 2 maps. That's why it's so long ago. But interestingly, Black Ops started that trend. Now, there was a gold deagle in the OG Modern Warfare 1, which is pretty sick, but I'm shocked that, you know, MW2 didn't have it. Which is why Black Ops is better, motherfuckers! Lots of things that Modern Warfare kind of took from Black Ops, I just honestly think Black Ops did better. You know, but the one thing that they couldn't take was, you know, making things more colorful, more bright, more distinctive from one another. I just think Call of Duty now is just so bland and just gray. Just something about the Black Ops series always had some hint of color. Again, this is super subjective, but my artist / stupid boy brain is like, oh yay color, woo, yay yay yay. And in Modern Warfare 1 and 2, everything's so gray, even in the OG ones. Obviously, it's a difference in style and people like different things, but I just think Black Ops did it so much better. Even in Cold War, even the new Cold War, like the new Call of Duty that is a new Black Ops Call of Duty, did it better than the Modern Warfare series. And I just think that's what's missing in Call of Duty these days. Just seems so monochromatic and cookie cutter, while Black Ops just kind of stuck out. And I don't mean just like color wise. I just think so many other things just really just sterilized Call of Duty nowadays. And coming up next are some of the biggest reasons for me, even though these might seem like really small, just I think are really important in the long run for making things memorable, at least in my eyes. For example, take a look at the HUD comparison between these two games. One of them looks so full of life, while the other one just looks all samey. Not to mention how Modern Warfare has this Netflix-ass HUD that nobody likes, and I think Black Ops Cold War was the last one that had that sort of row format instead of column format. That's again why I feel like I like Black Ops a lot more. I just have a feeling when we look back on the new versions of MW1, 2, and 3, we're not really going to be able to tell the difference as well as you can with all the games in the Black Ops series. Another thing that really gets me is the art direction. Take a look at these perks in Modern Warfare multiplayer. This is how boring and bland this looks. Just gray, dull, very little styling, and just everything kind of looks the same. Now, look at this. The art for this is so fucking cool, like for your perks. I always thought so. This is such a little argument to make, but I just think it goes such a long way, like with personality. These little cards with the logo of the perk, which really gave you an exaggerated idea of what the perk does. Even in Cold War, they had some cool ones like on like a flask. This just oozes style and personality. Another really cool thing was the medals you got when you killed people. Introduced in Black Ops 2, things like bloodthirsty medals and like different kill counter medals, different things you did in the game, kind of like how Halo has it. But these look so fucking cool. Like back in BO2 and 3, these were like peak, dude. They even still have them in Cold War, so it's not fully sterilized yet, but they don't have it in Modern Warfare. And I guess they never really did, but I guess they kind of tried in Infinite Warfare. But I don't know, dude. One more thing that I can just think of off the top of my head was the prestige icons. These were like fucking badass. Just look at them. Like, these are so cool. They put so much effort into such a little thing, but like, it really shows how much they cared about the series. Look at all of these, and then look at all of these. Not to say that the Modern Warfare ones were bad, but I just think like so much more care and so much more art direction was put into that little thing that just made it so cool. Real quick, while I'm on the topic of prestige icons, man, the amount of fear that triggered in my body back when I saw this prestige icon, and I'm sure a lot of you guys too, is like unmatched. It is actually hilarious how one little symbol really just showed you everything you needed to see about the person you were going up against. I think you guys are starting to get my point. I think overall, Modern Warfare and Black Ops have very different philosophies when it comes to the development, and I can respect that. Call of Duty is kind of starting to merge together to be one game, it almost seems like, because we got Treyarch working on Infinity Ward CODs and vice versa. But I'm glad that even though COD is going to shit and becoming cookie cutter and sterile, Black Ops still manages to keep some sort of that old personality and innovation. I like Modern Warfare 1 and 2, and I'm gonna play MW3 just because I play COD every year, but that don't change that Black Ops is so much better, baby! Woo!